Hello, what is up? It's your girl Esther Joy coming at you with another video. On this video, we are going to be having a whole chakra lecture, and we're going to be going over all of the basics for this course. This is going to be like a mini lecture, so obviously it's going to be a little bit longer. So grab a notebook, grab a pen, grab your favorite cup of tea, and possibly a snack, and we'll get into it, okay? Alright. Hello. Good to see you there, friend. Alright. Serious time. Serious time. Serious time now. That was good. That was a good... Oh. There we go. Alright. Let's get into it. So, just a little quick add-on I wanted to say. So I am creating an online course where we will be going over all of the chakras, and we'll be going over in very much depth how each of the chakras energies, how we can channel that into our own lives, and we'll be also have a whole bunch of exercises and chanting and dances and stretches that will be a part of this 7-week course. So I will leave the information down below. I'm just opening up for the pre-sale, and yeah, if you want to purchase it, the course, the pre-sale right now is down there. Once it opens up after, I believe, March 1st, it will be $777. Right now the pre-sale is $111, so it's a really, really big opportunity. But with all of that being said, let's just get into the basics of chakras and really understanding what they're all about, okay? Alright, so you saw my poster in the beginning and before the accident occurred. Anyways, let's hop into it. So really quickly, a lot of people are familiar with the colors associated with these 7 chakras, but I would like to mention that there are a lot of variations. For instance, I'll go just right up the ladder and we'll go from there. The root chakra is associated with the color red, but it can also be associated with a dirtier brown as well, and that can be associated with the lower chakras that are below that root chakra. Because we're talking about the 7 chakra system, we're just going to stick to the standard colors, but I just wanted to mention these just in case you see someone with a chakra merchandise that has different colors. That's okay. Alright, so the orange is all about that sacral chakra, and beautiful. We have a yellow for our yellow or golden for our solar plexus, and then we have green or pink for our heart chakra, and that has a lot to do with the masculine and feminine sides of the heart. Then we have our throat chakra, which is generally associated with a light blue, but I've also seen a darker blue for it. And then we have our third eye chakra, which is associated with a darker blue or a purple. And then we have our crown chakra, which can be associated with pink, purple, like a lavender. It can also be associated with gold, silver, or white. So there are a lot of variations for the crown chakra, and that I'll get into why in when we get there. But really quickly, let's start off with some basics about the origin of the chakra. How did the chakra come about? So around 1500, 500 BC, the Vedas was created, and the Vedas was the first known sighting of the chakras, and chakra actually is the Sanskrit word for wheel of life, and it's a very great, very good description for the chakras, because the chakras, much like a wheel, they are spin. The thing about chakras, though, is that the chakra will not only spin in one direction, but it will also spin in the other direction at the same time. This is a very paradoxical view, and from our Earth's perspective, it can be a little bit paradoxical, and that's exactly, the chakras are paradoxes in a way. They are beautiful energy portals. They are multi-dimensional, so there's a lot of things and a lot of movements that are going on that we might not be able to perceive just because we can't really perceive in that dimension, but that doesn't mean they're not there and they're not affecting our physical body. So with that being said, we're going to be talking a little bit more about that right now. So we talked about how the chakras are spinning both sides at the same time. An example of this is the yin-yang symbol. The yin-yang symbol is like the perfect example. You have that yin and it's going in one direction. You have that yang going in the other direction. So together they are creating this unity piece. And much like the chakras, each one is its own unit of energy and a catalyst to tap into. So why is it important that we know that the chakras are spiraling in both directions? Well, it has a lot to do with how the universe communicates. The universe communicates in spirals. If you know math equations, then you'll see a lot of them are kind of like exponentially, or they'll just be increasing slowly, but never actually get there, or decreasing slowly, but never actually hit zero. That is an example of a mathematical spiral. Okay, but enough nerve stuff. Let's just get into why the universe communicates in spirals. Honestly, I'm not the universe. I guess I'll ask them. But I do know that a simple way to kind of remember the creation forces is by the spiraling. If we have a creation force spiraling this way, which I believe is right, righty-tighty, and right is rotating to the right is all about creation source energy. So it's all about creating, building upon what's already there, growing, and growing. If we go all the way to the left, that's all about destruction force energy, which is all about diminishing or clearing out energies. So slowing, it gets more to the middle, okay? So it gets more to that inside. And you could also see it as inside, outside. So there's a lot of reasons why spirals are such an effective analogy for the chakras and why they spin the way that they do. But let's go on a little bit about history, shall we? All right. Well, the chakras were widely researched in India, and deities were most commonly used as another chakra system, and I believe there were 5 deities. So those deities all held their own energies, much like we are going to be talking over these chakras, and similarly you would be able to channel and meditate on those deities and feel that certain chakra's energy. Back in biblical times when Jesus was around, they used to depict Jesus and his disciples a lot with a halo, which is actually just a very, very strong aura or an opened crown chakra, okay, which means you got that connection to the divine. So Jesus and his disciples, if you see any artistic depictions of them, you will see them most likely with a halo, and that is because they are actually depicting the chakras in them. This could also be the aura, and the aura can actually be seen, especially with the trained eye. And yeah, so I think it's awesome, you know, it's been around for a very long time. So what are some disclaimers I just want to throw out there for you guys really quickly? No one really created the chakras. They were a part of us, but they were discovered, okay? So there are hundreds of variations of chakra systems. I'm just going over the most basic standard one that is most commonly used, so will be understood by the majority of people. And of course, there are around 88,000 chakras in your body. That's a lot of chakras, but yes, not all chakras are really big. A lot of them are very, very tiny, and that's why acupuncture is so effective, because you are singling out those specific chakras that you need to balance your energies. So there are still a lot of unknown questions about the chakra systems. The true power and energy and the mechanics behind it is still being discovered to this day. So what I am telling you, maybe one day we'll find out that there was a new discovery and it will prove something totally new, which would be awesome. All right, so let's talk a little bit about how the chakras are set up. We have, just like a battery, us human beings are very similar to batteries. Our chakras are like these very powerful energy fields that allow us to charge and emit energies to certain areas of our life. So why don't we just jump into a little exercise. We're going to be doing our first exercise for today, and it is going to be a chanting exercise, okay? And this is going to help us identify where on us our chakras are located, and it's just a fun exercise. It will also help us balance our chakras through the use of our own voice. So you really don't need anything except your own voice and a little bit of confidence to say these chants and these mantras nice and loud. So we're going to start with our bottom chakra. This is our root chakra. And what mantra are we using for our root chakra? We're going to be using the mantra Lam. You can place your hand on your root chakra. We'll take an inhale. And as we exhale, Lam. Beautiful. Awesome. All right. And Lam is all about I am. Let's move up to our Sacral Chakra. We will take a big inhale. And as we exhale, Vam. Vam. Yes, Vam. Okay? And that is with our Sacral Chakra, all about I feel. All about that feeling, right? All right, let's move up the ladder to our solar plexus chakra. I do. Ram. Inhale nice and easy, and as you exhale, Ram. And you can feel that right where your solar plexus chakra is, where your diaphragm is, nice and warm. All right, let's move up. That was I do. We're going to go to our heart chakra. All right, so our heart chakra, we have Yam, I love. We inhale through our nose. And as we exhale, Yam. I can feel that love. And we're going to go to our throat chakra. Our throat chakra, I speak Ham. We inhale through our nose, and as we exhale, Ham. Ooh, I speak beautiful, beautiful. Let's move to our third eye chakra. I see. Inhale through our nose, and as we exhale, You can feel that one in your third eye. Beautiful. Oh, beautiful. I see. And last but not least, we're going to take a big inhale for our crown chakra. I know. And exhale. For our crown chakra, we have the mantra of silence. And very beautiful, one of my favorite mantras. All right, so we did a little chanting exercise. That was to kind of get your chakras moving, get them in that energy, and to also help you identify where those chakras are located on your own personal body, because for each person, these chakra location is going to vary slightly. So really beautiful. You can chant these mantras. I would suggest doing each one 3 times, and that will really help clear your chakras of any old stagnant energies. But let's really get into why it's so important for us to clear our chakras and what each chakra represents, okay? This is the meat of the matter, and I'm very excited to jump right on in. Okay, so let's start with our root chakra. Our root chakra is the bottommost chakra of our 7 chakra body system. It has a lot to do with earth. Its element is associated with earth, and it has a lot to do with grounding. So the root chakra, when you think of roots, you might think of a tree, and those roots are rooted in. Much like the root chakra, its rootedness is in our physical experience on this earth plane. The root chakra is the furthest chakra away from our crown, and therefore is our primeval nature chakra. It is the furthest away from that divine source of energy. So with that being in context, you can kind of tell that a root chakra, it has a lot less to do with spirituality and a lot more to do with just living in the real world right here and now. As you can see, the mantra that we used for it is I am. And I am is all about really stating what you are right now in this present moment. Now, our root chakra is also responsible for excreting old energies, so letting go of attachments. If our root chakra is imbalanced, then we might find it very difficult to let go of things that are no longer serving us. And we might have attachment issues, as well as isolation. A big part about the root chakra is sticking in the hole. So when you feel like your root chakra is not balanced, then you will find yourself isolating and dividing yourself from others a lot more. Now, the root chakra, again, is the primeval chakra. It's a primal chakra. It's like that survival instinct chakra. So really important for us to make sure our root chakra is in check. It is also associated with fear. So you know, when we are fearful, we really get into that instinct of survival mode, okay? So making sure that we know what is healthy and not, and what we need to detach from, is a really big part of the root chakra. Why do we start with the root chakra? Because there's a lot of stuff that we energetically need to excrete, okay? A lot of people are spiritually constipated, and that's because they haven't done their root chakra work, okay? What can you do to help with that, and so you don't get in that area of not really having a solid foundation? You gotta excrete the old, right? This is our foundation, our root chakra. So we need to make sure that we are letting go of anything that's not serving us. Yeah, and again, it's located right around that groin area. So, you know, where your anus is, where you already excrete normal stuff, it's also excreting spiritual, energetic stuff as well. So isn't that beautiful how it all lines up like that, right? It's all about excretion of old energies, attaching to a strong foundation. Yes, it's a beautiful chakra. It is probably the one that needs the most work, I would say, in my experience, just because there's usually a lot of stuff with the root chakra. There's a lot of old, maybe ancestral energies that are associated with the root chakra. So, you know, getting in touch with that root chakra is our first priority. We always go to the root chakra when we are doing any, if you're familiar with Kundalini yoga, you start with the root chakra and you work your way up, right? The snake is sitting in this root chakra. So it might have a little bit to do with temptation. But what really has maybe more to do with temptation than this beautiful root chakra is our sacral chakra, and I'm moving up. So our sacral chakra, again, associated with the color orange. The color orange. So what do we need to know about the sacral chakra? Well, the sacral chakra, again, it's all about that creativity, that creation force. And a lot of the times we create things by giving birth to them. So it's located where those sexual glands are. It's located next to your belly button, which is as when you were a child. That's where you received all of your nourishment from, right? So the sacral chakra has a lot to do with that intimacy with other people. When you feel secure in your root chakra, then you can allow yourself to be more intimate with others, and that intimacy with yourself as well, that intimacy with time, being able to use time to create, and being, you know, imagination. A lot of childlike energies are in our sacral chakra, not just because it is where the child is going to be nested and nurtured and grown, but it's also associated with that imagination, the imagination that a child has with those new eyes, right? So thinking outside the box a lot with the sacral chakra. So if we have it overactive, we have too much energy in our sacral chakra, then again, energy buildup can happen when the root chakra isn't really taken care of, and that energy can rise and keep building. So we have our sacral chakra. You might be feeling a little lustful. You might be feeling sexually disordered. So just having a lot of fantasies that you know really aren't the best to have, don't worry, you just need to focus on that sacral chakra, okay? You'll get yourself back in check in no time. So creativity, if you have any creative endeavors, if you are like an artist, someone who likes to create crafts or something like that, then yes, our sacral chakra is going to be very useful for that. The element associated with our sacral chakra is water, and it is a wonderful, wonderful energy to have, a wonderful element to associate the sacral chakra with, because I'm not gonna get too dirty, but you know, when you're wet, you know, think about the sacral chakra, right? Okay, so other than that, it's a lot about being flexible, and creativity is also about being flexible. So just like water, when you are creative and a problem arises, you will find a creative solution. A lot like water will be very flexible and just kind of go around. So, you know, be flexible like water. That's a beautiful, beautiful quote, I think. Again, the sacral chakra, I feel them, and it's also associated with the moon, so that feminine energy, that divine feminine energy is right with the sacral chakra. And yeah, it's a beautiful chakra, has that beautiful water energy. Again, with the moon, it's that divine feminine energy, wonderful. It has our sexual glands, it has a lot to do with creation force and being flexible, right? All right, so let's move up to the solar plexus chakra, which is one of my personal favorites. And the solar plexus chakra is all about that energy, all right? It has the element fire backing it up in this, and it is located around the diaphragm. It's also located around where most of the small intestines are located, and it has a lot to do, you know, your digestion is over there. You're digesting this food to create energy, right? And the solar plexus is probably the biggest associated with energy, because it is fire, all about digestion, all about creating energy. So what do we need to know about the solar plexus chakra? You know, what do you need to know? Well, we know that fire is the element associated with it. And the word that we have, the mantra that we used for it is Ram. And of course, the words are I do, or I can. So I do, when you are in your solar plexus energy, you will be very energetic. You will feel like you have motivation to an energy to just get up and do what you gotta do. The mantra Ram is closely associated with the sun, and you can kind of understand why, right? A yellow circle, when you were younger, you would draw a yellow circle, and that would be the sun. The solar plexus is very, very, very similar. The sun is the planetary element associated with it. Ra is the chant that we use when we are summoning the sun. So yes, the solar plexus has a lot to do with that sun, that fiery energy to get you to do what you gotta do. get your ego to act as it should. So it is associated with the ego as well, our solar plexus, because our ego, a big aspect of our ego is how our ego reacts and acts and what our ego does, right? So our solar plexus is all about that action taking. It's all about that confidence as well. So abundance, I like to say, is associated with the solar plexus, because when you have the confidence and the actions and you know what to do, you can get that moolah, all right? But fire, remember fire, passion, okay? And again, with that energy, right where your internal organs are, it's really creating more energy for your ego, for your body, for your energetic system to use. A little quick note about the solar plexus chakra is that it's not the best chakra to meditate on for a long amount of time. Well, it's good to meditate on your chakras for a long amount of time, but there's a lot of energy already in the solar plexus chakra, so a lot of people will feel this chakra the most as well, and that's just because there's so much energy is being handled in this chakra. So with that being said, if you can, when you are meditating, kind of feel that solar chakra energy, move it up to your heart, right? Don't let it stay in one area for too long, because we don't want to have an energy constipation. We don't want to have too much energy in one area. If you do have too much energy in one area, for instance our solar plexus, then you might be feeling greedier than usual. So greed, addiction is another really big one with the solar plexus chakra. So if you are wanting to, if that's a characteristic in your life that you are seeing, maybe there are greedy people, maybe you feel greedy in some way, you're just kind of overly self-absorbed, then your solar plexus chakra will definitely help you with that, okay? As well as your heart chakra, all right? So we're gonna move up to our heart chakra. And our heart chakra, this beautiful, beautiful heart chakra, is all about that love, right? That love energy, okay? It's our heart, it's our core being, our vibration is lying within our heart. And love is such a powerful energy. But let's get a little bit more into the heart chakra before I get on a rant about how much I love you and I love my heart chakra, okay? Let's talk about it. So the element associated with the heart chakra is air, and it makes a lot of sense. At first I wasn't really sure why air is associated with the heart chakra. Then I realized the heart and the lungs are very close to each other, and we need air to breathe into our lungs, so our lungs can bring that beautiful oxygen we need, bring it to our heart, so our heart can pump it to our blood, right? So air is very important to us. You know, breath is life. Air is very important. Our heart loves air, you know? So the air element, and a lot to do with the air element, you know, when you're doing mantras is this is transcending the ego, and we'll get into why this is important for the heart chakra in a little bit, but let's talk a little bit about what I have here. So our heart chakra, again, is associated with the element air. It is green and also pink. So pink is more of the divine feminine side, the more softer female side of the heart chakra. Green is the more divine masculine side. That's just how I see it, though. Of course, that's just how I see the energies. If you have any preferences, then you take your preferences and comment down below and let me know, okay? I'm always wanting to learn more about the chakras. All right, but we call this the center of our 7 chakra system, and that's very important. The heart chakra has the largest measurable electromagnetic field, so it goes around 12 feet out from your body. It's very, very powerful, and we use that heart electromagnetic field to detect any dangers around us, and who knows what else. So yes, love, growth. The color green is all about growing, expansion. Expansion is really associated with this, okay? And we'll get into a little bit more of why expansion is so important to the heart chakra after we finish these last 3 chakras, okay? Oh, before we go on, remember, yam, or I love, and I love that, yam. I think of a yam or yum or yeah man. Yeah, but I think the heart chakra is beautiful. It's in the center of our chakra system, and just having it in the center is very important, especially in this 7 chakra energetic system. Because it's number 4, it is also the foundation. It's the 4th chakra, so it has a lot to do with that foundation of our body. Our heart chakra is associated with our chest and our hands as well, so it is a wide field that the heart chakra covers. All right, so let's move on to our throat chakra. Our throat chakra is it is, I speak. Those are the mantras for our throat chakra. And our throat chakra is all about expression, divine expression. Whether you express yourself by speaking, whether you use sign language, whether you change up your hair, whether you are a very creative singer, dancer, anyone who likes to express themselves freely is going to have a strong throat chakra, okay? And the throat chakra element associated with it is the ether, and I like to think the ether as like that dark energy, that 0 point energy, the energy within the spaces. And it's very powerful because around 99% of all physical material that we hold and use is really not, it's space, it's ether, right? It's just space, and we have these vibrating particles, these vibrating matter that is creating that physical perception. So our throat chakra is a very powerful chakra, because when you are speaking, you are expressing, you are spreading your expression to others. Clear communication, of course, it's all about speaking your truth. Whatever you speak is true, okay? And our throat chakra is really about that energy. Whatever you speak is literally changing. It's affecting the spaces in between matter, okay? And most of matter is made out of space, so that's powerful. So our throat chakra is all about, again, that self-expression, about speaking your purpose, right? A strengthener of the throat chakra, when you realize that whatever you speak is true, the truth will set you free. If you speak lies, then that will block your throat chakra. It's pretty easy. If you're speaking something you know is not true, that is going to block your throat chakra. Again, it's, the thyroid gland is right there. It can also be associated with air element, because when we breathe, we allow that air to pass through our throat chakra. But yeah, if you have a little chakra imbalance in your throat chakra, then it's associated with anger, so you might be a little bit more angry than usual. And when we're angry, a lot of the times we'll say things that we don't really mean, and I think that's really what we're getting at with the throat chakra. You will say things with the intention to hurt others, and then maybe regret it. So our throat chakra is all about keeping that in check, all about speaking our truth and expressing ourselves authentically. And singing, balancing, we can use our throat chakra, that ether element, to literally, we were chanting these mantras, and we were using our throat chakra to do that, and we were balancing our chakras by using our throat chakra. It's all about that ether again. So really beautiful chakra, beautiful for any singers out there. Any singers, songwriters, poets, anyone who's just expressing themselves freely, authentically, in their own creative way. Alright, so let's move up to our third eye chakra. And our third eye chakra is one of the most popular chakras, mostly because, if you are someone who likes the mystical and the mysterious, then our third eye chakra is very appeasing. It's very interesting, and you want to learn more about it, right? Because it is associated with enhanced psychic ability. So our third eye chakra is located right around here, and the pineal gland is right behind it. Now, the pineal gland is like the brain's supercomputer. It is it's control boards, and a lot of people actually have calcified pineal glands, or they're starting to calcify. There are certain foods that you eat that will calcify your pineal gland. The way I see it, it's kind of like plaque. You gotta clear it out, right? You can do this through many ways. You can change up your diet. You can do some Reiki healing, right? Some chakra healing. You can use tuning forks, or you can chant. And the mantra that we used was Here's a fun thing that you can do to really help balance your energies. Focus on that area. You can allow your eyes to lead and okay, but that will actually help you really powerfully focus on that area to allow any decalcification to happen. But the third eye, yes, it's all about that clairaudience, clairvoyant, right? And these clears that I'm saying, they're all enhanced psychic abilities. So your senses are, they're increased, right? So you'll be able to, for instance, I am clairaudient, so I am able to hear certain energies, and I have attuned myself to hear these energies. So the third eye is associated with, you know, your hearing, your seeing, you could say you're smelling, and you know, you're seeing through the veil. So it's a lot about seeing through this reality, kind of seeing maneuvering your way through it. It is also associated with the ether and fire element. So the third eye is a lot about, right, fire is all about that movement, that progression, and the ether is all about that's unseen space. So with the third eye, we're really talking about seeing through the veil. Third eye is all about visualization. So if you are doing any manifestation, then you can use your third eye to help you with your visualization. And once you have your certain manifestation, you visualize on it, you use your third eye, focusing on that area, you are creating like a blueprint or a set of instructions once you have visualized what you're wanting to manifest in your third eye. And your third eye, you know, is associated with your pineal gland. When you are visualizing, it is as if it is actually happening to your brain. So it is now processing as if it actually happened, and it is collecting information that will help you along your manifestation journey. Okay, so third eye is a beautiful, beautiful, like, if I call it the eye of the creator. If you want to get that that oneness insight, then use your third eye. Of course, go up the ladder. Don't start at your third eye, okay? You'll find a lot of blockages that need to be cleared before. So make sure that, you know, you're doing your work. You can clear all of these at the same time. The more that you focus and clear on them, the stronger and stronger your energies will become. Our third eyes, yeah, it's a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful chakra. It's all about that awareness. It kind of makes like life easier, because when you realize how powerful your third eye is, that you can literally visualize whatever you want to happen, and then you'll pretty much get feedback on what you have to do for that to happen. It's a beautiful chakra to have, right? And of course, a heightened intuition, getting in touch with that creator source. Very beautiful chakra. Again, we have that mantra which is a creation source mantra, right? Is such a sacred mantra, and it's all about getting in touch with that divine creation source. All right, last but not least, we have our crown chakra. And our crown chakra is located around the top of our head. And you know, royalty, they like to wear crowns. Why do they wear crowns? Did they realize the crown chakra was there? Did aliens tell them? Maybe, okay? But real talk here, the crown chakra is like the opening of our physical, our energetic body to the divine. It is that opening for those energies to flow down within us, and for us to receive knowledge and energy outside of ourselves. Okay, I'll quote outside of ourselves. So the crown chakra is all about that divine understanding of oneness. It is associated with spirituality very much so, and it's also associated with cosmic communication. So when I say cosmic communication, I'm talking about anyone who's ever channeled, like Esther Hicks, Bashar, Cryon, whoever is channeling, they are aware that there are other entities that they are contacting, and the entities are going to be allowed to go and actually contact with you. You'll be able to perceive them with your third eye once you open up your crown chakra. So our crown chakra is all about that infinite creator energy, right? It's infinite, it's everywhere, and it is kind of outside yourself. So when I say outside yourself, it's what we think is outside of ourselves, and we will be able, contact with the angelic realm or anything like that. Our crown chakra has to be open for them to effectively enter it into us energetically. So yeah, that's our crown chakra. Very, very good chakra. I have the color kind of pinkish purple here, but it's also associated again with white, with gold, with silver, and magenta. So there's a lot of colors that are associated with the crown chakra because, again, there's so much energy out there that is unknown to humans. We get that information through our crown chakra. So that's going to come through us, through our crown chakra, to our third eye where we can perceive it, and then we can say it out loud with our throat chakra if we want. We can love it with all our heart, go through down there. But yeah, so that's our chakra system. We just went over all 7 of the chakras, and now you have a clearer understanding of how and why and what these chakras are affecting, right? We also have a little bit more, and then I'll finish our conversation there. So the last things that we're going to talk about today is that our body is just like a battery, right? We have these chakras going up and down our spine, and that's why sitting up straight is so important. But we can also see that these chakras, I've pulled them down so that you can see kind of their energetic properties and how a clearer understanding of how we are like batteries, how these poles work. So, okay, so we have at the bottom our spiritual triad, and our spiritual triad is I said spiritual, not spiritual triad. Our survival triad is right down here, and our survival triad is all about how we survive on this earthly plane. So, back in the day, it was maybe a little bit more important than now, making sure that we were getting all the food, we were hunting, and our primal instincts. But for us, it's still very, very important because these bottom 3 chakras are more or less the governors of our negative energies, right? Because our root chakra is in charge of excreting those negative energies. Our sacral chakra is all about finding creative solutions to those energies, and our solar plexus chakra is all about acting upon the energies that we need to, so that we can effectively maneuver around, release any negative energies that are no longer serving us. Of course, this doesn't mean that they're bad chakras. There are no bad or good chakras. All chakras are their own energy portal, but generally speaking, we associate these 3 bottom chakras with the negative energies and handling our negative energies in our own life. So a lot of people get stuck in these bottom 3 chakras, our survival triad of chakras. And if you're watching this, my friend, then you are not going to be one of those people, thank goodness. But that might explain why the world is the way it is, Maybe we all just need a little chakra balancing and we'll all be good. But let's move on to our heart chakra, which, as you can see, it's the center of our chakra system, and it's also standing here all alone by itself. And that's because it's a neutralizer of our chakra energetic system. Yeah, so why is it a neutralizer? Well, first of all, it's green. It's associated with Mother Earth, Mother Gaia. I believe the hertz that are associated with nature are like 444, 432. Those are those are 4 hertz, and this is number 4 chakra, all about, again, earth, neutralizing, natural flow of life. For us, why is this so important? Well, we cannot progress up this chakra line if we do not pass our heart, and the heart is like that neutralizer. It will splash you with love. It's all about growth, and growth Growth is all about expansion. Expansion is all about making space for new experiences. So our heart is all, you know, it's where that space is being made for us to experience this physical reality. There's a lot more to that goes on with the heart chakra, but that's the meat and bones of it. All right, and then we'll go to our spiritual triad. So our spiritual triad, these are our upper 3 chakras, and this is all about our communication with the divine, communication with our higher selves. You know, we're using our throat chakra, our third eye, and our crown chakra in this group. And yeah, it's all about that higher consciousness energy. So elevating ourselves so that we can reach other densities, so that we can actually comprehend this density that we're in and other densities, right? So it's very important that we start with our bottom 3 foundation, and as you can see, you know, they're the foundation. And then we move up to that neutralizer's point, and this is mostly the heart chakra is also a neutralizer because it will kind of monitor how much energy you can have in your body so that you're not shocked, literally like shocked by a ginormous flow of higher energies flowing into you before you're ready, because you just have more energetic constipation if these bottom 3 chakras weren't taken care of. So this is how I like to see the chakra system. It's really helped me with my own energetic practices, as I do Tai Chi, I do Reiki practices, and all that fun jazz. And it's really helped me just understand what I need to keep my eyes on, where the energies are going, and what can help me when I'm balancing my own energies. So yes, that was our whole chakra, you know, course, and this was Chakra 101 Basics. This was a whole lecture, and I've been doing some live classes, so if you are interested in joining a live class with me, which I will do one next, we'll have one next Saturday at around 11, February 15th, 2020. So if you are interested in joining the live call, I'll be going over all of this information pretty much, of course with a whole bunch of new stuff, and you'll be able to ask any questions at the end. Thank you so much for watching. Of course, if you have any comments, if you want to add anything that maybe I forgot to mention, or you have more knowledge on the chakras, then please help a sister out, help the Good Vibes Delivery family out, and comment it down below, okay? And of course, if you haven't already subscribed, hit that subscribe down below. I would love for you to join the Good Vibes Delivery family, and if you have watched all the way up to this point, then, well, my friend, thank you, okay? And of course, I know I mentioned in the beginning, I am having an online course that is being created for the chakras. It's going to be so much fun. There's going to be so many different activities to really channel in the energies of each chakra, and I know it's going to be so powerful. I'm so excited. Again, it is on a pre-sale until the end of this month, so it's only $111. You can buy it right now. I'll leave the link down below, and you'll see the pre-sale course offer. Of course, remember, you are an amazing light being. Thank you so much for watching today's video, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.